Hi, my name is Mars. I'm 16 years old from New York and I'm Haitian. And before I even get into this video, I just want to tell you guys that you are completely worthy of love. You are completely worthy of having your dream life and feeling happy and experiencing life to the fullest, because I know a lot of people, based on their childhoods, just believe that what they experienced is all that they're going to experience. And I'm here to tell you that it is possible to change and it is possible to make things better for yourself, because I'm a living testimony. I used to absolutely hate myself and absolutely hate the people around me. And I went from that to who I am today. And just seeing the amount of change that I've went through in the past 2 to 3 years, and knowing that I'm only going to change from here and get better from here, that in itself should be enough motivation for you. But if you can't stick by that, I'm gonna link in the description some YouTubers and some influencers that I follow whose stories are similar to my own and whose stories might be similar to yours, so you can have that in the back of your mind that it is possible and I'm going to be okay, because you will be okay. Now, with that out of the way, the first point that I want to make in today's video is that the way that you were raised laid out your core beliefs. And by this I mean, if you feel like ever since you were a child, you were never listened to, you were always spoken over, your opinion was never validated, no one ever cared about what you had to say, because same. In school, in your own household, in public, wherever it was, you felt like shit was just never working out for you. Well, I want to tell you that you do not have a curse. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not ugly. You are not unworthy. It was literally just events in childhood that your brain soaked up, and your brain was like, oh, this is the norm, therefore we are only going to show you this. And to completely understand this concept, I feel like I need to do another video, like just completely on the subconscious mind and how it works and how the brain in general works, because it is really crazy how what you believe is exactly what you are going to experience in this life. And I feel like understanding that entire concept has definitely helped me and aided me in changing my own circumstances. So I want you to realize that none of this is your fault at all. Your brain was literally just doing its job as a child, which was to soak up every single bit of information that it was given, whether it was positive or negative. Maybe your family didn't realize it, or maybe your family just has no idea, because a lot of people don't understand that exactly how they treat a child and exactly what they say to a child, they take that shit literally. So you can tell a child to be quiet, do not speak unless spoken to, and that might be eventful for you. That might work out for you as a parent, because it's like, okay, I could get some quiet time, I could get some me time, I don't gotta listen to this child run his mouth or run her mouth all day, every day. But they're not realizing what it does to that child and how it's going to impact them growing up. They're gonna go to school probably having crippling anxiety, because that's what happened to me. Growing up, I was taught to basically just be the little quiet kid in the corner and never speak up for myself, and to just basically not get into anyone's way. Because throughout my entire childhood, I felt like I was always in someone's way whenever I was trying to be myself, or I felt like I was a nuisance if I ever tried to express certain boundaries, even within my own household. So that was all my brain knew, so that was all that I was experiencing. But now knowing that it was never my fault, and all I had to do was flip my perspective on that, it helped me remove a lot of hatred that I had for myself. And that brings me into my next point, which is to become conscious about your situation. And becoming conscious is probably the best fucking thing I've ever done in my life, because now I just have so much less hatred and so much less confusion surrounding my life, I stopped playing a victim within my own reality because I now realize that I am the creator of everything that happens in my life. Every creation begins with a thought. Whether you think of Apple, or you think of your favorite artist, or you think of a teacher, or you think of a doctor, those people created their lives through thought. Your favorite artist thought, I'm good at singing. I like doing it. I like writing songs. And they did that shit. Billie Eilish did that shit. Joey Badass did that shit. Pop Smoke did that shit. And I feel like a lot of people aren't understanding that you cannot live a double life when you're doing this. When you are deciding to be conscious and when you are deciding to stop playing a victim within your own life, you can't be like, oh no, things are happening because life is just unfair and da-da-da-da. And you can't also at the same time be like, oh no, but like life is great and like I'm taking this in my hands and da-da-da-da-da. That's not how it works. Cutting off victim mentality and becoming conscious of your situation means that you are no longer blaming any outside circumstance for what is happening to you. Because when it all comes down to it, everything that you are experiencing is on you. And that might be very triggering for a lot of you to hear, because when I first found this out for myself, I still didn't fully understand why certain things were happening to me. I didn't understand why I wasn't getting the amount of respect and love that I wanted to receive. I wasn't understanding why I felt so limited and felt like abundance just wasn't possible for me, when I was seeing like, okay, this is happening because of a childhood trauma that I went through. I did the journaling, I did the shadow work. Why is it still happening? Because you're still feeding that fucking thought. You can't be dead and alive. You can't be black and white. You can't be toxic and healthy. You have to choose one, and you have to let the other one perish. My next point is to change your inner dialogue plus habits. And I feel like this is what definitely helped me in my journey of just becoming the best version of me. And I feel like this all started when I was really getting into spirituality and stuff like that. And I started getting into meditation, heavy meditation and yoga. And with those two practices, you have to be able to be present in what you are doing. And presence really made me realize, like, whoa, the way that I speak to myself is not okay. Like, it's fucked up. There was a point in time where every time I went out in public, I would catch myself subconsciously just trying to hide away. Like, I would literally just sit like this, like with my arms folded and everything, and just look down. And when I think about that today, it's like, no shit, no one approached you. No shit, you barely had any friends. Like, no shit, you didn't have the social life that you wanted to have. You subconsciously hated yourself, and you thought that you were unlovable. So in order to change that for myself, I had to change the way that I was in public. I had to basically put on a facade until I actually grew into that person. And something that really helped me was to implement habits of the person that I wanted to become. I wanted to become confident, and habits of a confident person is doing what the fuck they want when they want. Having boundaries, basically just living life without giving a fuck. Because what confident person gives a fuck about what other people have to say? None. And in implementing these habits, it really helped me to realize, like, whoa, I was always this confident person. I just had to tap into her. It's really like a mind fuck. I can see how this is a mind fuck if you're hearing this for the first time, because it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was always anxious. I was always the side character in my life. I was always depressed. I was always never liked. What do you mean I'm this confident person and I just need to tap into them? You are a god in your reality. If you're a Christian or you're religious and you don't want to see it in this way, hear me out, because this fits into literally every single ideology. So you are the God in your reality, and it is up to you to decide what you want to do. It is up to you to decide whether you want to praise something or praise yourself. It is up to you to decide whether you want to be loved or be hated. It is up to you to decide whether you want to be respectful and respected, or whether you want to be disrespectful and disrespected. You create everything through your thoughts, through your inner dialogue, and through your habits and through your actions. So while knowing this, we can basically call ourselves mini gods in our reality. I'm not saying that we are God itself. We are simply a piece of God, but another topic for another video. With us being gods within ourselves, what makes you think that something as simple as words that are leaving your mouth, you're casting spells with everything you say? If you're calling yourself ugly, if you're constantly on social media just crying and being like, oh my goodness, no one likes me, I'm so ugly, I'm so this, I'm so that, what do you think is going to happen? No one is going to like you. Everyone is going to find you ugly. Everyone is going to find you annoying. And that's just going to be the end of it. Because I've experienced that before. I have experienced moments in time where I was in deep in the victim mentality. And I just felt like everyone else was prettier than me. Everyone else was better than me. I could never rise up to that person that I truly wanted to be. But in realizing that I was literally a mini god in my reality, I'm like, bitch, I'm already the confident person. I'm already the beautiful person. I'm already the rich person. I'm already the abundant person. I just have to tap into that shit. You just have to tap into that confident person. We all know who we want to be like. Let's say, for example, I was still that unconfident, anxious person that I was 2 years ago. I knew exactly what I wanted to be like. I wanted to be confident. I wanted to be liked. I wanted to have a whole lot of people around me who loved me. And I knew exactly what I had to do. I was just choosing to ignore that so I could keep on buying into the delusion that I am only an anxious person. I am only an unconfident person. I am only an ugly person. This goes right back to what I said in the beginning of the video, when I said that the way that you were raised lays out your beliefs. What you know as true is what you will experience. What you believe in is what you will experience. When I thought I was butt-ass ugly, nobody wanted to be cool with me. Nobody wanted to be caught around me. And I always felt like a side character in my own life. And that is a fucking problem. Now that I see myself as beautiful and valuable and respectable and lovable, that is exactly what I'm experiencing. And even if you're a friend of mine, if you've known me for over 2 years, if you just really think about, wow, the way that I respected Mars throughout our entire relationship up until now, even you can see I did not respect her back then. I respect her now. And I can say that confidently about all of my friends, all of my family members, everyone who knows me went from not really respecting me, not really having trust in me, not really believing in me, because that's how the fuck I was acting, to now where I feel loved by everybody and I feel respected by everybody, and I feel like I just have the upper hand in my life now, because I always had the upper hand. I was always controlling my reality. I just didn't realize that, and I wasn't conscious of that. So the last point that I have is practice makes progress. And by this I mean, it is not easy to change your fucking life. It really is not. While I said it is as simple as a mental switch, that mental switch took me 2 years. It might take you months, it might take you, I won't say weeks, because there's a lot of trauma you have to go through. It might take you months, it might also take you years. But I want you to understand that that process of going from having a victim mentality and having a fixed mentality on your life and not believing that you can be anything more than what you are right now, to believing in yourself and manifesting exactly what you want, exactly when you fucking want it, and taking the upper hand back in your fucking life, that process is completely worth it. The amount of tears, the amount of loss, the amount of change that I went through within that 2-year period, I wouldn't trade it for anything else. Because if it wasn't for that, I would not be who I am right now, sitting here being confident enough to do something like post on my YouTube channel and do something that I love every single fucking day. So I just really need you guys to understand that this is not going to be an overnight process. It starts with you deciding, I do not want to be who I am right now anymore. I want to be this person. I am this person. And I'm going to give you guys an example of how I did this to maybe help guide you guys on your way of becoming the highest version of yourself. So a while back, I can remember myself believing that I was just completely unattractive when it came to boys. Obviously, I'm a teenager. I'm thinking of boys. And I just felt like nobody could have a crush on me. Like, how can anyone have a crush on me? Like, I'm ugly, I'm anxious, I'm dark-skinned, I'm this, I'm that. I just had many limiting beliefs about love towards myself based on what I saw as a child and also based on what I've experienced as a child. But in order to completely flip the switch for me, I just started carrying myself as someone that was attractive. And I knew exactly what to do. I was just deciding to ignore what to do because I was feeding into another reality of myself who was unattractive. So now that I'm feeding into the reality of myself that is attractive, I'm drinking mad water. I'm drinking chlorophyll water. I'm taking care of my body. I'm working out. I'm taking care of my environment. My environment is very clean and very comfortable to live in. I'm not anxious when talking to people anymore. I try to put myself out there more. I take myself out on solo dates. My self-care has completely boosted and rocketed, like my self-care routine. I love it. I'm very confident in being myself, and I feel like me being my truest self is my sexiest self. Me being who I am in its fullest is my most attractive self. And because of that, everything is changing for me when it comes to romantic relationships. And it literally all stemmed from me deciding I refuse to be ugly. I fucking refuse to see myself as the ugly, unattractive girl that no one wants to talk to in the corner. I refuse to see myself as that because it was really messing with my self-confidence for a long time. So the second that I chose to change that, obviously there were times where I got triggered and I started crying and spiraling and I felt like shit wasn't working out. I was wavering. I was going back and forth in between feeling confident and feeling unconfident, feeling beautiful and feeling ugly. I had my moments, but like I said, practice makes progress. And I feel like now I can truly see myself as being attractive and as being lovable and as being worthy of being myself completely and fully, because I am worthy of being myself. Why? Because I fucking said so. It's my life. It's your life. Remember that exactly what you say goes. Stop making fun of yourself. Stop accepting shit that you don't want to accept. Stop settling for less when you know that you want more, because if you want more, you know that you deserve more. And I really want to make a video on how to analyze your emotions, because I feel like, especially with your more negative emotions such as jealousy and anger and rage, they can help to teach you like, whoa, I am worth so much more. I am worthy of so much more. I deserve so much more. And that could really help you on your path of just becoming the best version of yourself. So I hope that this video was somewhat clear. I definitely need to make another video clarifying certain points on this video, because this is information from just years of me battling myself. And I made a lot of crazy ass realizations on the way. So I want to make sure that you guys are understanding what I'm saying in its fullest, so you guys can also change and rise with me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.